Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This video tutorial is for students who are in Geometry Goal 5 as we start to approach the halfway mark. So we're going to be talking about area and perimeter in a couple of different forms. It's basically kind of a mix and match where we do a little bit of everything and then move on into other materials. So first things first, let's get started. This topic should look very, very familiar because it happened at least once in both Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, and they were actually both Goal 1 questions now that I think about it. So in case you forget, what's going to happen is that they give you, in this case, the perimeter, and by this point you should by now know that perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. Looking with that in mind, if the width is 68 and the perimeter is 326, so that means 326 equals twice the length plus twice the width, which is 68. And from here, it is basic Algebra 1 levels of skill. So 326 equals twice the length plus 2 times 68 is 120, 136. Minus 136 minus 130, 30 multiplied 6. So that means 2L equals 190, I think, divided by 2, L equals 80, or 95. There we go. So our length here is 95. And then over here, area is, is going to be base times height. We want to get used to that now instead of length times width because of later. So base times height, so we are told that our base is 94, and what is the height? And the area they gave us is what? 7426. 7426 divide by 94, and whatever that answer is going to be our final answer. Let me pull out my calculator. All right, so our area is 7426, and then we are dividing by 94, 79. Hey, I knew it was going to be in the 70s, so 79 is going to be our answer here. Same thing over here, area is 3927, so area is base times height, so 3927 equals 51 times the height, divide by 51, H is going to be 70 something. Let's find out. So we have 3927 divided by 51 is 77. And then over here, let's see here, perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. The perimeter here is 360, 2 times 97 plus 2W. So 360 equals 2 times 97 is 180, 194, plus 2W minus 194, 2W equals 166 divided by 2, our width for this, if this is 77, this is going to be 83. So this should look familiar, hopefully. Again, as I said, this is both in Algebra 1 and in Algebra 2. Now let's get to the actual geometry stuff. So let's see here, finding the side lengths. So we are told that a square has a perimeter of 80 feet. So our P equals 80. Well, gee, what's the perimeter for a square? Oh yeah, we just have the 4 sides and they are all of them congruent, so we're going to divide by 4 to figure out that one side is going to have a length of 20. So if the side length is 20, is that what it's asking for? What is the length of each side? Yep. The square has an area of 9. The area is 9. Well, gee, area is base times height, right? So what's root 9? That's going to be 3. Square has a perimeter of 60, so perimeter is going to be 4 times the side, which means 60 equals 4 times the side. Divide by 4, the side is going to be 15. Area of 100, area equals 100, so just take the root, and then the area is going to be, the side length, is going to be 10. Like this one you might have already gotten, this one you possibly may have already gotten on the initial knowledge check. It's like really straightforward. This one is new. So let's see here. Jose wants to fence off of a rectangular field and is 100 yards in square size. He is considering 3 fields with lengths of 4, 5, and 10. Okay, so what you're looking to do is it's 100 squared, right? So that's base times height equals 100. And we're being told what our different bases are. So what is 100 equals 4h? Divide by 4, your width is 25. Let's say 100 equals 5h. Divide by 5, your width is going to be 20. What if 100 equals 10h? Divide by 10, your width is 10. And now based on that, what's the perimeter going to be? Perimeter, again, being twice the length plus twice the width. So 8 plus 25 doubled is 50, so this will be 58. 10 plus 20 doubled is 40. 10 plus 40 is 50. And then 20 and 20 is going to be a perimeter of 40. Which of these fields has the least amount of fencing? And that's always going to be the one that is the squared. Next up, let's see here. To tape around is perimeter. So let's see here. Divide by regions, this is considering the 3 regions of 5, 7, and 10. Okay, so perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. And so now for here, if you'll notice, we, instead of being told the area first, we're being told the perimeter. The perimeter is 28. So that's twice they tell us the width. So twice times 5. And now we're going to solve. So that's going to be 10, 28 equals 2L plus 10. Subtract 10, 18 is going to be 2L. So our L is going to be 9. 5 times 9 is our area, 45. Next, 28 equals twice the length plus 2 times the 7. So that's going to be 28 equals 2L plus 14. Minus 14 on both sides. 14 equals 2L. L equals 7. 7 times 7 is 49. Next up, the region 3. So 28 equals 2L plus 2 times 8. Catch up, computer. Don't tell me to lag now. 28 equals 2L plus 2 times 8 is going to be 16. Minus 16 minus 16, that's 12 equals 2L. So L is going to be 6. 8 times 6 is 48. Which region would require the most paint is going to be the 49. There we go. All right, finding the dimensions of a rectangle given its perimeter and relationships to the sides. So it tells you basically in a nutshell what it's doing. So if we were to just quickly draw out a really rudimentary rectangle here, let's see here, length is 2 longer than width, and then we have width. The perimeter is 64, which is twice the length plus twice the width. Well, gee, gosh, and golly, what are we supposed to do here? What is the length? Who can say? I don't know. Oh, wait, it's W plus 2. And then the 2W. And look, one variable is no random extra letter here. That means we know how to solve this. Distribute 64 equals twice the width plus 4 plus twice the width. 64 equals 4W plus 4, because again, like terms, minus 4, 60 equals 4W, so W equals 15. I ran out of room, darn it. Now, what do we want? We want the length and the width. So, the W is 15, the length is 15 plus 2, which means the length is 17. And there are 2 numbers. Now, again, this time I'm going to be smart and give myself a little bit more room. Let's see here. Length is 3 longer than width. Okay, so 54 equals twice the length plus twice the width. So 54 equals 2 times W plus 3 quantity plus 2W. Distribute 54 equals 2W plus 6 plus 2W, like terms. 54 equals 4W plus 6 minus 6 minus 6, 48. equals 4w, divide by 4, divide by 4, w equals 12. Haha, I have space. W equals 12, and now what is 12 plus 3? The length is going to be 15. This one comes in other iterations because sometimes it will say something like the length of the rectangle is twice the width or something like that. The width or something like that. Keep that in mind, so once in a while they will throw multiplication at you instead of just addition or subtraction, just as an FYI. Next up, this kind of diagram should look familiar. It was an earlier topic in a prior video. Only this time, instead of finding the perimeter, we're finding the area, and it's the exact same setup as before. You are going through the effort of breaking these into smaller pieces. So let's see here. That's going to be base times height. Base times height. So this is going to be 12. Now, base times height. There's the height, the 2 inches. What's the length of this total base? Well, that was the entire previous topic, wasn't it? Is getting you used to finding this missing side. 3, 3, 4, so this is going to be a 10, because 3 plus 3 plus 4 is going to be a 10. So now base times height, so this is 2 times 10, so this will be 20. 12 plus 20 is a total of 32 inches squared. This one over here, let's see here, it's base times height. So this one is going to be 9 centimeters squared. This one is base times height, except if this is 3, then this is going to be 6 minus 3, which is 3. So now 8 times 3, base times height, this is going to be 24 centimeters squared, Ms. Dubois, know what you're writing. And so 9 plus the 24, this is going to be 33 centimeters squared. So again, we did this in an earlier topic. You know how to find your missing sides. The setup here is pretty bare bones if you've done those topics prior. Next, area between two rectangles. We're going to see something similar, only up here where we were adding them in order to find, here we're going to be subtracting. So base times, again, base times height, 16 times 9, ooh, challenge modes. Base times 9 is 144, oh, duh, Ms. Dubois. And then 7 times 5, so that's going to be 7 times 5, which is 35. Since we want the shaded region, are we going to be adding or subtracting? I already gave the game away. We're subtracting. So what's 144 minus 35? 109. There we go. Oh, centimeters squared. Next up, base times height. So 12 times 8 is going to be 96. And then 7 times 3 is going to be 21. And then we're going to subtract. 96 minus 21 is 75 yards squared. So this one actually doesn't look that bad. Next up, let's see here, the last topic of the family. Find the perimeter or area of a rectangle in the coordinate plane. And then, at least on my screen grabs, they didn't give you a coordinate plane. Whether that is true to the actual diagram, to the actual what's the word I'm looking for? To the actual topic itself, I don't know, but we'll have to make do. So what do we have? We have negative 4, 4, negative, what am I doing? Negative 4, negative 1. We have 0, negative 1, and then we have 0, 4. And I don't think I put those coordinates even remotely right, but we need the base and the height. So let's see here. What's the jump from negative 4 to 0? That's a height of 4. And then what's our base? We jump from negative 1 to 4. That's a jump of 5. So the perimeter, yeah, my brain skidded to a halt. Sorry about that. So area, 4 times 5, that's going to be 20 units squared. And then perimeter, that's twice times 4, which is 8, and then twice times 5, which is 10. So it'll be 18 units, okay? Next one. That's a terrible rectangle, but we'll pretend. What do we have? We have negative 5, 1, negative 5, negative 3, negative 2, negative 3, and then negative 2, and 1. That one looks a little bit better. What's the jump from here to here? It's a jump of 1 to negative 3, so we're going down 4. From negative 5 to negative 2, we're going by a jump of 3. So area is 4 times 3. That's going to be 12 units squared. And then perimeter, so we're going to double that to get 8. We're going to double that to get 6. 8 plus 6 is going to be 14 units. So even though they didn't give me a coordinate plane, I had enough of a sense of an idea to draw it out, put in all of my labels, and then what's the jump from 1 to negative 3? In other words, what's my rise and what's my run? Funny that. But that's everything necessary for family 3 of goal 5. Now that we have some of the mix and match taken care of, we're going to take care of everything necessary with family 4, which is still on quadrilaterals, quadri meaning 4 and lateral meaning side. So we're still on 4-sided objects, but now we're going to do some of the fun ones. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.